Hello, Intactivist. So I've been noticing that there's a lot of confusing messaging when it comes to Prevail over the system and what we do. And I am learning that I have to be extremely patient, and that's a-okay. So POTS does three things. We're only going to go over one thing in this episode because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with a whole bunch of information. The three things POTS does is we help fund Intactivism over here. That's little pots with money. We do like POTS e-commerce program, CareBuzz. Eventually, we'd be monetized on YouTube, stuff like that. And here is like the POTS company reviews and strategies and stuff that is for really Intactivists and for Intactivist knowledge, kind of like this video is here, is for your knowledge. And then down here, this is the global outreach that Prevail over the system does. Now, this is what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm just going to jump right on into it. I have a super awesome PowerPoint for you guys. All right, guys. So this is the Against All Odds campaign, or the cyber protesting campaign, as sometimes people put it. The objectives of this are to reduce infant circumcisions, provide a functional and effective Intactivist strategy for others, because hopefully people go ahead and they end up taking this from us. If it works, why not? That's awesome if Intactivists implement a strategy similar to ours. And heck, if they make it better, that's great. I am a-okay doing this, but I also understand that if there's something better that comes along, I hope that they run with it. Also, we would really want to be able to give Intactivists that want to go ahead and help the cause find jobs that feel that's a good match for them, instead of having to morph and bend and twist into something that they're not, trying to squeeze in a protest or this is a lot more easier for just individual Intactivists to be a part of than putting on a suit and holding signs, but it's more effective than doing like a survey or signing a petition. So hopefully this gives Intactivists an outlet to go ahead and do effective Intactivism. And then the third is to build some brand awareness for other businesses to collab with us. And that's been working pretty well. We have quite a few businesses that do email us. So that's good stuff. All right, so the platforms are on X and Facebook. That's what we're mainly doing this. This is all online. This is not a place where you can go and be there physically. The environment, I have the X URL there. All the links will be in the bottom of the link tree, so you can just easily go ahead and click on that and click on our X and Facebook. But we'll be doing pictures, posts, and even videos sometimes. And the social media defenders that we have currently, or the walks, is 9. So we have 9 walks social media defenders. Okay, so for X, there's lots of pros, like advertising there is cheaper. We can also get added discounts on advertising, and X is pretty business friendly. They're really trying to compete in that area of being a business friendly platform. Now, the challenges with X, there's a word limit when replying, and that's super annoying, especially, if you're trying to explain to people, hey, circumcision is bad. You can't do that in like the 200 character limit that they give you very well. Also, there's a learning curve for new walks because X is a different interface than Facebook is. And honestly, some Intactivists just hate X altogether. I know there's like a whole political aura around it. So that is definitely some challenges we have with X. I would say that we have maybe 5 walks that have an X that help us. So out of 9, we're missing about half. Facebook pros is there's no word limits. More walks can use it, which is great. It's also tried and true tested advertising. So all of these are pretty fantastic. However, with it being tried and true advertising, is that there's no free advertising credits. Also, they are more strict on advertising, the language you can use, and URLs, because like Saving Our Sons, you can't even post that because the URL is not up to, it doesn't have its security code. So that's a problem. Also, Facebook does have an older demographic, and if we're trying to reach future parents and soon-to-be parents, that obviously puts a hinder on trying to reduce infant circumcisions. Here are the numbers. The X impressions that we've gotten in this 2 months-ish campaign on X is 815,000, almost roughly there. And Facebook views, we got 143,000. So total reached, we're so close to 1 million right now. It's pretty wild. We're at 957,000 people reached. And we released about 95 posters or graphics about circumcision being bad. So that's an average of 10,000 views per poster. So that's, in my opinion, pretty good. The good, generally just about the campaign and how it's running. Great reach, great ads. We have a great design team. I am super grateful for Breaking the Cut, Circumcision Law Reform, Hoodie by Nature, and even Darwin, who has been helping us. So that's been awesome. We have awesome growth when it comes to followers. You can check the news. We post it every single week, how much we grow, on X at least. Intactivists are starting to repost our stuff a lot more, which is really good. That does boost things in the algorithm, so definitely appreciate that. And also on Facebook, most intactivists let us repost on their platform. I'm going to go ahead and give like a special shout out to them at the end. So current challenges is that we honestly don't have enough walks. With Facebook and X combined, we have over 5,000 comments. That is super hard to keep up with. And even if you say, oh, well, 30% of those are pro-circumcision, okay, sure. Then what, like 2,000 comments are pro-cutting? Well, that's a lot of comments to have to go ahead and talk to them and try to educate them. And that's a lot for only like 9 people. Like 2,000 comments, that's a lot. Also, we do have a challenge with getting ad credits. Dealing with the X ads manager and professional is holding us up a little bit, but we're trying to get that resolved as fast as possible. And also, one intactivist group blocked us. They were a pretty big intactivist group, but I'm sure we will survive. But it's just, a challenge. And who knows, maybe this will pick up. Maybe it won't. I'm not sure. And the current funding, I'm not going to get into specifics here, but 67% of our advertising funding goes to X and 33% of it goes to Facebook. So just so you know how we kind of break it up. So if you guys are following POTS and if you guys want to do something similar to what we're doing, you kind of know what's happening. And if you want to know more, you can always join the pans and we will go and break this down a lot further. Okay, so this pretty much explains POTS's global outreach. If you want to go ahead and help us, you can go and join the Walks and the Circ Bad Ads designers. Now keep in mind, we have quite a few Circ Bad Ad designers. What we really need is the social media defenders, which is the Walks. And for that is to join our Discord. So if you want to go ahead and help POTS, please help us. It really will make a difference. It will increase our messaging because the reach will go out further because more comments, bare minimum. And it will also educate people who read the comments and the replies below any kind of pro-circumcision rhetoric. All right, guys, that's all what I have. Next couple of weeks, I'm going to try and start peppering these in. This isn't going to be like back to back to back because we have to go ahead and, cover the intactivist intelligence and reviews because intactivists have been doing a lot of interesting things. And I just kind of wanted to take a break on talking about intactivists and all like the crummy things that they do. And sometimes they do good things, but, recently they've been doing some crummy things, but I just wanted to break and talk about some of the good things that intactivists are doing and also, trying to be fair because, hey, there's challenges that POTS even has, but I just wanted to bring it back to basics and eventually, we'll get through the super important how POTS makes money to go help intactivism and also keep himself alive and also how we're doing. So if I had to go ahead and give a grade currently on the outreach of POTS, I'll give it about a B-. I do feel like we could be doing better for sure, and I feel like we will be doing better. And there's lots of room for improvement. What do you think about that grade? Let me know what grade you would give right now to the global outreach that we are doing with the cyber ad protesting down in the comments. All right, so I would just like to give a shout out to some of the groups that let me post and share my posts to their groups. That would be the Advocating Avocado, the Global Intactivists. They're an awesome group. Circumcision, the Medical Fraud in Medical History, Global Intactivists again, but this is private, Cockfight Party Boat, and also Women Against Circumcision. He lets me post anytime. We typically have a woman intactivist interview, and sometimes if I have a circumcision bad ad, he'll let me post in his group. Now there are 2 more in this that don't let me post on their stuff, which it's fine, but they're not going to get any kind of recognition here. But anyways, I definitely appreciate these 7 groups for letting me share my content with them and helping POTS grow. So if you guys are an intactivist group watching, feel free to go ahead and like these groups, and you should see POTS content there. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great one. All right, bye.
Prevail over the system. We rise through precision. Uplift transition.